Hi and welcome to Yoga with Stacey Turner. Today's session is themed around beauty in strength and is inspired by Darcia Ondrovcik, a good friend of mine who runs the company Beauty in Strength. She empowers women to be the best version of themselves both mentally and physically through her 30-day training programs. But she's also a wonderful advocate for helping to create awareness around the situation of domestic violence and also helping women and families in those situations. So I thought I'd record this practice to share her message and also to congratulate her on the release of her new book, which is essentially a biography of her life and giving her experiences of what she went through, but how she's come out the other side and learned so many valuable and wonderful lessons. Darcia, I'm so proud of you. Let's begin in a seated posture. Close down your eyes and begin to deepen your breath. Allow your awareness to come into your physical body and into this present moment. As you take this time to fully arrive here on your mat, with each new in-breath, breathing in new fresh energy and vital life force. And with each exhale, breathing away worries, stresses, and anxieties. And as you begin to align with your body, to come more deeply into your inner world, become aware of that flow of strength that lies within you. And remind yourself that you are beautiful, both inside and out. Float your hands up to your heart. Let's open this practice with the sound of one resonating Om. Chanting helps to energize the body. Let's inhale deeply to prepare. Gently blink open your eyes. Sweep your arms up to the sky, lengthen through your torso, inhale deeply. As you exhale, rotate towards your left, I'll mirror you. Take your right hand to the outside of your left knee, your left fingertips to the floor behind you. Inhale again to lengthen. And exhale to deepen, ever so slightly into a gentle twist. Maybe you turn your gaze towards the back of the room. Take another long breath here. Use your inhale to draw you back to center, lift your gaze. Exhale to rotate to your right, left hand to the outside of right knee, right fingertips to the earth behind you. And lengthen up. Exhale to rotate a little deeper. One more breath here. Inhale back to center. And then make a big circle with your arms as you exhale. Clasp your fingers at your lower back and then draw your hands away from your body to stretch across the front of your chest. Deep inhale here. Stay for the out breath. Another deep inhale. And let it go. And release your hands and find your way to all fours. Stack your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Spread your fingers wide like rays of sunshine on your mat and plug down through all four corners of your palms and each of your finger pads. Curl your toes under to create a gentle strengthening but also a gentle stretch across the soles of your feet. And then take a little sway of your hips from side to side. start to release the juicy nectar that lies within your hips. You're welcome to close down your eyes and maybe turn that sway into more of a circular motion, even a figure of 8, just feeling intuitively into your body as you massage through your spine, into your hips. And wherever you find a sticky spot, maybe hang out there a little bit longer and massage a little bit deeper. Find your way back to neutral. Press firm into your palms. And then on an inhale breath, cinch in your waist and lengthen your right leg back behind you. Flex your foot. Stay for a breath or two as you firm through your belly. And then lower your leg back to the earth on an out breath. Inhale, left leg, stretch it back. Stay for a couple of breaths. Keep length through the back of your neck. Continue to press into both palms and lower back to the earth. Now you can stay with that variation, or you can bring in the opposite arm. So right heel, press it back. Left arm, stretch it forward. Continue to breathe deeply. And then lower back to the earth on an out breath. Left heel, press it back. Option for right hand to stretch forward, thumb to the sky. Continue to draw in between your hand and your knee that are still connected to the earth. Hug them into your midline. And then lower back to the earth. Let's take one more each side. Lengthen away. And lower to the earth. Second side, reach long. And come back to the floor. Curl your toes under, lift your hips to the sky and come into your downward facing dog. You're welcome to move here, exploring your body in this position. Or you might like to stay in stillness. And then inhale your right heel back behind you, keep your hips square, point your toes down towards the floor. Again, feel the strength here in the pose as you take a moment in stillness. Lower your foot back to the earth. As you inhale, take your second leg to the sky. And lower it to the earth. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet at the back of your mat. Bow here in your forward fold. You might like to grasp hold of your elbows with opposite hands, or maybe wrap your arms around the backs of your legs. Let your head hang heavy like a ripe fruit. Maybe give it a little shake and then a nod. Release your hands. As you inhale, take a halfway lift here, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, bow forward, Uttanasana. As you inhale, keep a slight bend in your knees, reach your arms wide and rise all the way up to standing. Lift your gaze, lift your hands above your head. Draw your hands down through your heart. Close down your eyes, take a big inhale through your nose. A long exhale through your mouth. And again, another cleansing breath in. And let it go. You can keep your eyes closed down or gently blink them open. As you inhale, sweep to sky, reach your arms above your head. As you exhale, bow forward, fold to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, press firm into your feet. As you exhale, start to walk your hands along your mat and find your way to the top of a plank position. You have the option to lower your knees to the earth or keep them raised to increase the stability and strength in your body. And pause here, breathing deep, cinch in your waist. And then lower down with control for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your arms down by your sides. Firm your belly and your legs. As you inhale, lift up your heart, your arms, your legs. Shalabhasana, locust pose. Enliven your fingers and your toes, feeling that energy and that power within you. And continue to breathe here. Draw your belly button towards your lower back for a count of 3, 2, and 1. Lower your legs to the earth. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Continue to draw belly button to spine. Baby Cobra Bhujangasana. Your practice, so choose the height of your cobra. As you exhale, fold back down towards the floor. Curl your toes. Firm your legs in your belly and press off your knees or your toes to the top of your table or plank. And then lift your hips high, downward facing dog. Take 2 to 3 deep breaths here. Inhale your right heel to the sky. This time bend your knee and stack your hip open, heel to opposite buttock. Keep your shoulders square. Maybe drop your left heel a little closer to the earth. Square your hips, lengthen your leg back behind you, and then gaze to the top of your mat as you bring your right knee through towards your nose, scrunch in through your belly, and then step that foot through to the top of your mat. Squeeze your legs in towards the midline, firm through your foundations, and then inhale to rise all the way up. High crescent lunge. Land into the pose. Lift your heart, open up towards the sky. Again, keep your fingers bright, but soften your shoulders. Feel into that beauty within your strength. And then spin your back heel down and find your warrior 2 alignment, so your back foot is parallel to the back of your mat. Your front foot with the heel in line with the arch of your back foot. Strong and straight into your back leg, bending deep into your front leg. And then stretch your arms long. As you ground deep into your feet, feel that lightness, that upliftedness into your upper body. And then dance with your breath as you flip your front palm inverse with your inhale. And as you exhale, bring it forward, bring your elbow to your knee and sweep your top arm towards the front of your mat. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, float it forward. One more time, sweep it back. Exhale to flow it forward. Now you have the option to come back to Warrior 2 and stay here and work on this pose, Virabhadrasana 2. Or you can come into a balance pose with me, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So you might bring your back hand to your back hip and maybe step your back foot a little further up your mat. So you've got a shorter distance to travel. We're going to transition onto your right leg alone, taking your right fingertips to the floor in front of you. So starting to move into the strength of your right leg, fingertips to the earth. And then you might start to open up your left arm to the sky, maybe begin to lift your gaze. And wherever you are, Warrior 2 or half moon, breathe here for 3, with a little smile on your face for 2, and 1. Bend into your standing leg if you're in your balance. Find your way back to Warrior 2. Land as gracefully as you can. No worries if you don't. Big deep inhale here. As you exhale, float it down to the earth. Step your front foot to the back of your mat. Option to keep both knees raised, or you can lower them and then lower your body down, pausing halfway for Chaturanga if you're looking for extra challenge, or come all the way down to the floor. Inhale into your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale over your knees or your toes to come back into your downward facing dog. Come back to your breath. Come back to your intention. And remember, at any point through any practice, you're welcome to come to this position here, child's pose. Take a peek if you're not sure. And taking rest and knowing when to take rest is also a sign of showing your strength and your courage, of being able to listen to your body. And let's take it over to your second side. Inhale your left leg to sky. Bend your knee, stack your hip, heel to opposite buttock. Keep your shoulders square. And then lengthen your leg back behind you. Square your hips, point your toes to the earth. Bring your knee towards your nose as you ripple through into your plank. And then step that foot through to the top of your mat. Firm your legs, strong and stable into your foundations. And then use your inhale breath to rise you up. Drink in and land. Take a few breaths here to feel into the pose. Strong and stable, whilst also feeling light and uplifted. Your breath is your ally, so keep long, smooth, even breaths. And then spin your back heel down, land into your warrior two, check the alignment of your feet. Keep wrapping your hip underneath you as you lengthen your arms out long. Soften your shoulders down your spine. Spread your fingers wide and feel that activation, feel that energy. Flip your front palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, extended side angle, Parshvakonasana. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, float it forward, keeping your legs as they are and just adjusting and moving with your upper body as you breathe. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, float it forward. Find your way back to warrior two. And remember, you can stay here and refine this pose, or you can adjust yourself into your setup to come into your half moon and start to shift your weight forward into your left leg alone. Come onto your left fingertips. Keep your hips open to the side of the room. And then start to maybe fan out your top arm, your back leg. Let the corners of your mouth start to rise up into a little smile as you breathe for a count of 3, 2, and 1. And then gently land your foot back down. Find your warrior two. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, windmill your way down, frame your front foot. Step back into your plank, option to lower your knees, and flow through your vinyasa one final time. Inhale into a back bend and then press. As you exhale, back into a downward facing dog. Come into child's pose, knees wide, big toes touch. Arms outstretched towards the top of your mat. And enjoy a couple more deep breaths here. Find your way back up to all fours. Cross your legs and then make yourself all the way down onto your spine. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little massage into your lower back. Let's take a glute stretch. Place your right foot to the floor, bring your left leg over your right, and then you can stay there if you already feel a stretch, or you can draw your leg a little closer to you by utilizing your hands as for assistance. Close down your eyes and take 3 to 5 long deep breaths here. Release that leg to the earth. Take it over to your second side. Left foot to the floor, right leg over left, and draw that leg in tight. Enjoy a few more breaths here. Breathing into the target area, so even though you're feeling a slight discomfort, a slight stretch here, allow yourself to bring in thoughts of joy, things that make you smile. And notice how that softens your body, that allows the tension to release. We store a lot of tension and emotion in our hips and in our glutes. So this can be a beautiful stretch to do at any time of the day. And gently release back to the earth. Now, if you have some time, feel free to lay for a few minutes for a short relaxation. Otherwise, roll yourself to one side, make your way up into a seated position. If you're continuing to rest, feel free to turn or pause the video now. If you're joining me in a seated position, find a comfortable tall seat, lengthen up through your spine. Flow your hands back to heart center like we did at the start of your practice. And take a moment here to reconnect with your intention. Beauty in strength. And let's close this practice with the sound of one final Om, the sound of the universe, the sound of all creation. There's 3 sounds here, Ah, Oo, and the 3 sounds of delight. So let's inhale deeply to prepare. As we feel the vibration resonate through our bodies, it reminds us that we are alive. The light within me sees and honors the light within each of you that are joining me for this session today. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. If you did enjoy this, feel free to share it with your friends. And please head on over to Beauty in Strength. Either check it out on Google, there's a website, but also Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much. And again, thank you, Darcia, for all the amazing work you do.